Koshi Dhingra, founder and director of talkSTEM, and I'm excited to be here on the UTD campus today with my good friend,
Paul Fishwick, and I'm here with my good friend Koshi Dhingra. My role here is I'm professor of ATech and computer science.
And ATech stands for?
ATech stands for Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication.
And what's this over here? I know that you spent a lot of time looking at this beautiful sculpture.
Yes, this beautiful sculpture. This is called the Love Jack, and it's named so after sculptor Jim Love, who gave it to the university in 1976. It's an iconic object, and students regularly crawl up it and take pictures.
So you spent a lot of time at work, I do know that. So you spent a lot of time, I'm sure, thinking about this. What are some different ways you have of looking at something like this?
Well, one way of thinking about it is a process. Another way is thinking about it would be as a kind of structure of information or a web of information. So for a process, for example, we might break it down into steps, and we might say the process of building a love jack would be to get the three cylinders. There's 3 cylinders here. Paint the 3 cylinders and then join them together. That would be an example of a recipe or a process.
Okay, so like a recipe or instruction approach.
Yes.
What's another
yes.
approach for the process?
Another approach might be to create kind of a virtual factory and imagine that the factory is composed of machines, and each machine takes something as input and produces output. So an example might be a extruder machine, and the extruder machine works kind of like a tube of toothpaste or a pasta maker where you're creating spaghetti, right? It basically extrudes out an object, and you can create cylinders in that fashion. So that's an example. That would be one of the machines inside the factory.
And another way you think about it is more as a map, I think you
Yeah, as a kind of a concept map or a mind map, sometimes it's called. And that's where you basically take different information that you know about the sculpture, including its surroundings, and you tie and connect that information together in a network or a web.
So you can be doing computational thinking as you walk around wherever you are and thinking about it in terms of a recipe approach or a machine approach or a concept map approach, and have some fun looking at objects that you might be very familiar with in different ways. Thanks so much for sharing, Paul.
Well, thanks, Koshi.